moving on, man, to our final topic of the show. It is again the conversation now. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, I remember us talking about how both of these mics could go to hell and we didn't care where the hell they ended up as long as it wasn't here with us. And
Oh man.
talk is, are these guys, have they coached their way into another season with the fact that the players are playing so hard for them? They're getting positive results, figuring, look at all the injuries you have to key players. Look at all the depth issues that they're trying to overcome. The morale is still high in the building. Have they kind of saved themselves from the chopping block? And for me personally, bro, I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm not gonna waver of the mindset that they gotta go. The only reason why it bothers me that we would lose them is if you bring in another coach and Mike are both out, now you're learning a new offensive scheme again with the defense. So offense and defense are gonna have to learn a whole new set of terminology, a whole new playbook, and it just becomes a big old pain in the butt, man, to have to do all that. But in a situation like that, Julio, do you think that the two mics should be a package deal? Maybe we keep one and not the other. Do they remain attached to one another? Like, what do you think, man? How should the Cowboys play?
I mean, of course, as a fan, I'm gonna say that yes, I agree with you to a certain extent that both of these guys need to go. We do need a change of pace, a change of need to get some younger blood in here. Something more exciting than what we currently have. But even though I've just said that, in that same turn of the token, you know, you can see, and I know that we talked about it our last podcast as well, players starting to speak up for both of their coaches, saying that, I'll sacrifice this, I do whatever it takes for Mike, whether it be McCarthy or Zimmer. They're putting themselves out there as saying that I back up my coach. I got my coach's back, which is a great thing to see. It's starting to show that the team is growing in the right direction. So because of that and the progression that we're starting to see now, even though, again, like we just finished talking about, it's not against world beaters, it's against bum ass teams right now, because that's what we have left for the remainder part of our schedule, which we do have Tampa next. After that, I believe it's Philly and then Washington. So, it's the only hard team that I see out of that schedule is Philly, the Eagles. That's going to be a very difficult game to win, and not even sure if it's winnable, even though because they may not be sitting everybody out by that time.
We're playing three.
Mhm.
We're playing three playoff teams, possible teams. These last three games of the season, we're playing the Bucks, the Commanders, and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to know what you really have, these three games will kind of give you somewhat of an idea.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's clinched, then at that point it's like, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, you'll probably get the best game out of everybody. I really do feel like we're about to get waxed by Philly, but that's just me.
That way they can prove a point.
Go ahead.
No, that way they can prove a point. I was saying, you're saying that they're going to get waxed by Philly, which, I mean, in all honesty, I hate saying it. It makes me want to vomit every time I say that Philly's better than us, because fuck Philadelphia. Just in general, fuck Philadelphia, and I'll say it again. But at the end of the day, they are the better team this year, and I would love to see the Cowboys win that game.
Real.
Yeah, I would love to see the Cowboys win that game, but if we base it off of records, if we base it off the teams that we faced before, it's more than likely that we're going to lose that game. Um, so for me, back to the original question of Mike and Mike being a package right now, man, the way that their team is backing them, the way that everything else has been going, the progression that I'm seeing, I think it does become a package deal. And I do think that Jerry, being Jerry, is going to look at that and be like, look, the team is trying harder. They're fighting. They're fighting better now. They're cohesive now. Um, I don't see why we wouldn't. Yeah, it makes sense. Why wouldn't we bring both of these guys back? We don't have to learn a new defensive scheme or offensive scheme. We keep the train rolling and, you know, roll the dice and pray for the best, basically, at that point.
Yeah, man, I think for comfort and continuity, you'd like to bring these guys back for sure. Dak's been a strong advocate for Mike McCarthy. Mike has been a decent advocate for Mike McCarthy. I mean, he kind of hit it on him at first, and then was like, you know what? I would love to see Mike McCarthy come back. Troy Aikman kind of gives his little vote of confidence as well. Here's my thing. If you're going to bring these guys back, especially because you consider them a bit of a package deal, something has to change. And this is the bugaboo for Mike. Mike McCarthy Mike McCarthy got rid of Kellen Moore's ass because he was like, this is my offense. I control the offense. I run the offense. And the offense is boring and stagnant at this point. Do you see anything in this offense that excites you? I
Yeah.
don't. So for me, I'm like, there's no creativity. There's not a lot of motion. There's not a lot of scheming guys open. Everybody's like got a defender like right here when they catch the football. Like stuff like that to me, it screams we need a change. So you want to keep Mike around for the continuity, McCarthy? I'll start calling him McCarthy, not Mike. I'll call him Big. You want to keep Big Mike around for the continuity and the comfort? Uh, absolutely, feel free, but do it with the understanding that we have to bring in a young, creative mind to do something about this damn offense because it is pedestrian and it is pathetic. This offense is horrific, dog. Like that's probably one of the toughest things to do is watch the RRPP offense, bro. The run, pass, punt.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
is an absolute killer for a Sunday when you're there and you're excited. There's a hey, I can't wait to see these guys. And you'll see like the opposing team put a little drive together, maybe they punt or whatever. We're just like, okay, let's see what we're gonna do. Run, pass, punt. Run, punt. Pass, punt. Any of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're just like, what the hell are we doing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that was what we came up with as a game plan for this weekend was this nonsense. So I don't know if some of it is execution or I don't know if it's just it's stale and it's old and we need some creativity. That's my opinion. So I do think you want to keep these guys together, knock yourself out, but something has to change with the offensive coordinator. Schottenheimer ain't it.
No.
McCarthy ain't it. You
Mm-hmm.
have to bring in somebody that's going to give you something like from the Shanahan tree, from the McVay tree, from the Mike McDaniel kind of mindset, something. Just give me something where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and that's new. I haven't seen that before. Oh, there's a wrinkle that we haven't
We,
thrown out.
we want to see more explosive plays. We want to see more, more excitement. Again, very our offense right now, and I think that's part of the problem. Well, a big part of our problem is that we're very bland. It's very dry, very very dry, and it's like we want to get excited again. You watch other teams and you're like, man, that was an awesome play. How did he get that open? Or, that was a great run. That's a great way to set up a play action pass. You know, you see other teams doing all this stuff, and you wonder when you watch our team, is like, why can't we do that? Why are we trying shit like that? What is wrong with our team? We have all the talent in the world, supposedly, but yet we can't do simple play action pass plays. That it blows my mind, bro. Blows
Just
my mind completely.
and a nun's puss, bro.
But
It's just you never I don't know what you're gonna get out there. Just the most mediocre, just dust everywhere. That's what it feels like, dog. It's hard to be a Cowboys fan sometimes.
yeah,
And I do think that a lot has changed over the course of this season.
yeah,
I'm still not completely sold on Mike and Mike. Honestly, man, I think I was expecting more out of Zim. I think the defense is starting to gel, but that also could be that we're playing bad offenses.
yeah.
So we'll see, like I said, against these next three opponents, what do we really have? Especially like with Tampa Bay, they have something to play for. The Commanders have something to play for. Philly might not, other than just pride, and they'll put the fan
And
on
the
us.
and the
Just
fact that they could say that they swept us in the regular season,
yeah,
which that's going to really irritate me just to hear all the fucking Philly fans start. Yeah, we beat y'all twice last year. I mean,
what a kick
y'all
in the
suck.
yeah,
Yeah,
what a kick in the
that's
but hey man, it just kind of is what it is, dog. When you're the Cowboys, it just kind of comes with the territory, man.
yep.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we do want to thank you so much for just taking the time with us on the show, spending time watching this episode. We hope you enjoy the content. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, help us grow the show. And until we see you again on the next one, peace.
Peace.